Hello and welcome. This is a shorter practice from the full series, Radiate from Your Center, you can find in the yoga library. So if you like this practice, if you're like, yes, I want more of this, then look for those longer practices to deepen your exploration of connecting to your center and radiating outwardly. I created this series in support of summer. This time of year, we are beckoned to be active and productive. So just as we see all of nature being active and producing, we are called to do the same. So during summer months or any time we're in a growth phase, we may benefit from practices that help us connect to our sense of center as we radiate outwardly, grow and expand. So what does our center mean? Your center may feel like your heart center, or your navel center, your upper abdomen, or your lower abdomen, pelvis, your sacral center. Your center may feel like a certain place in your body, and that may change as you change positions and in different circumstances. The qualities and sensations of center may feel like steadiness, strength, a sense of one's truest self, or the experience of unwavering deep peace. This radical sense of okayness that exists within all of us underneath thought and memory and emotion and all upset. So this is a somatic exploration rather than an intellectual one. I'm going to guide you into paying attention to different areas of your body, these 3 general areas. I want you to notice what feels like center to you without overthinking it or thinking as much as possible, really. More feeling your body. We're going to hug into our center wherever we feel that, and then we're going to explore radiating outwardly like rays of the sun, radiating in all directions as we stay connected to our sense of center. When we're in these growing phases, we may grow and expand and try new things and be out and doing. And it can be easy to lose our sense of self, our sense of center, our sense of steadiness. So my hope is that this practice on your mat can give you the felt sense, the somatic skills and tools to help you stay connected to your center, to yourself, as you grow and expand, both on your mat and off. Thank you for being here with me. We're going to settle in an upright seat. So please find a tall seat. I'll meet you there. You may close your eyes or soften your gaze downward. Welcome some audible sighs through your mouth. As you exhale, invite your attention to flow down into your heart center. Feel around there. Notice sensations of center, your sense of steadiness, stillness, perhaps a sense of evenness or equanimity, unwavering peace. Notice if the center of your chest feels like your center right now, in this shape, in this moment. Now bring your attention down to your upper abdomen. Feel around from your front body into your back body, all around this area of navel center. Notice the sensations here. Is there an experience of steadiness or strength? The experience of your truest self or radical okayness with what is. Does your upper abdomen area feel like your center right now? Now bring your attention below your navel, lower abdomen, upper pelvis. Feel around here. Do you notice sensations or experiences of steadiness, strength, or stillness, evenness? Maybe a feeling of your true self or deep peace. Does this area of your body feel like your center right now? Without overthinking it, really without intellectualizing as much as you can. Trust your body sensations, trust your felt sense, and hug into where your attention is drawn right now as you consider your center. Gently hug in energetically, maybe physically, into your center. Then, as you inhale, follow the pathway of your rib cage expanding, your abdomen and pelvic bowl expanding. As you exhale, rib cage, abdomen, and pelvic bowl hug inward. Keep your attention at your center as you also appreciate. Inhale the expansiveness of your body as you breathe in, how your body contracts back inward as you breathe out. All the while resting some attention in your center. Now you may widen your eyes. We are going to continue to hug into wherever we feel center as we expand in all directions outwardly. Let's take feet down, knees up, feet wider than your hips. Rest your hands back. Upright windshield wipers. Let your pelvis move, let your whole body move as it wants to. Let's welcome a full inhale and a full exhale. The next time your knees are over to the right, let's pause. Knees to your right, pause. Lift your left buttock up, your left hand up. Take your left hand to your right leg. Slide your right hand behind and open your chest to the right or toward the wall behind you. Let the left side of your pelvis follow your spine in this twist. Then bring your attention to your center without overthinking, intellectualizing. Feel in your body. Where is your attention drawn as you consider your center? Hug in there. Rest some attention, hugging into your center point. Then, like rays from the sun, can you radiate outwardly through your physical body, through your spine, up through your crown, through your limbs, to your sides, into the space in front and behind. Continue to rest attention in your center as you expand your physical body and your energetic body. Now you may untwist and take your knees to your left. Let your right hip lift up, take your right hand to your left leg, slide your left hand behind, open your chest to the left. Steady your gaze and soften the muscles around your eyes so your gaze is a little less crisp. You can bring your attention inside and feel your center. Where do you sense steadiness, evenness? Hug into that point. Then, like rays from the sun, radiate through your spine, up through your crown, down through your tail. From your center, radiate out to your sides, through your limbs, into the space in front of you and behind you. Throughout your whole inhale and exhale, can you sense this energetic expansiveness from your center point? And then you may untwist. Please come to your hands and knees. We're going to have knees down for a couple of postures. If you like padding, please take your padding there. Come to tabletop. Move through some rounds of cow and cat. Inhale, lift your tail, look forward or up. Exhale, tuck your tail, round your spine, relax your neck. Now continue to flow just like this and bring your attention to your center here. Do you feel that in your heart center, your upper abdomen, your lower abdomen, pelvis? Hug into that space. And then you may visualize, you may use your imagination to visualize rays of energy flowing from your center outwardly in all directions, like rays of the sun. One more like this. Now please come back to tabletop. We are going to set up for a side plank variation. Stretch your left leg back with your toes curled under. Lift your right foot up, spin your right foot to the right, and then lift your left hand up, slide your left foot down, and slide your foot back. So your left foot is about in line with your right knee, which is in line with your right hand. Now you can make any adjustments you need to where your hand is, the direction your fingers are pointing. Let's aim for fingers pointing the same direction as the skull, and then you adjust as you need there. Okay, so left hand to hip. Before we do anything else, let's bring attention to center. Do you feel that in your chest, in your upper abdomen or lower abdomen? Don't overthink it. Feel in your body and then hug into that center point. Then as you're hugging in and staying present with your center, can you begin to feel those rays of energy radiating out through your legs, through your spine? Lift your left leg up and then your left arm up, radiating from your center, your sense of steadiness, your sense of stillness, your truest self underneath all thought, all upset, your unwavering deep peace. Can you draw from hugging into your center as you radiate outwardly? Continue this. We'll be here for another few moments. If your low back needs support, maybe you lift your pubic bone up toward your navel. Keep your hugging in energy into your center point. Welcome a deep, full inhale. Yes, yes. Then as you exhale, lower your left foot, both hands down and knees down in tabletop. Move through a round of cow and cat in between. Then let's come back to tabletop and we are going to stretch the right leg back. Lift your left toes up, spin your left foot to the left, and then lift your right hand up. Plant your right foot down, slide it back so it's in line with left knee and left hand. Make any adjustments you need to where your hand is. Then right hand to hip. If lifting your pubic bone up to your navel was helpful on the other side, you may try that right away now. Bring your attention to where you're feeling your center. Hug into that place. Then, like rays of the sun, can you start to radiate down through your left leg, through your left arm? Radiate through your spine. Lift your right leg up and your right arm and radiate through all of your limbs. Yes. Stay hugging in a bit here. Some attention hugs in here as The rest of your attention is radiating outward in all directions. Welcome in, inhale. Full exhale, energetically continue to expand. Yes, good. Another inhale, expanding, expanding. Then you may take your right foot down and your right hand down. Come back to tabletop, knees wide, child's pose. Drop your hips down toward your heels. Walk your hands forward. If you want to make a pillow for your hands, you can stack your hands and rest your forehead on them. Please walk your hands over to your left. Reach your right hand further than your left hand. Little side stretch. Rest your forehead on the ground or maybe on your left forearm. Reach your right arm really long. Reach your right hip away from your right fingertips. Walk your hands over to your right. Reach your left hand further than your right hand. Rest your forehead on the ground or maybe your right forearm. Stretch your left arm really long, left hip away from your left fingertips. Radiate from your center point outwardly in all directions. All right. Please come back to center. Root your palms under your shoulders, lift up, make your way to down dog. Plant your palms, lift your booty up, and settle in any way you like. Welcome a full inhale and a full exhale. From your down dog, please come forward to plank. Come forward to plank. Now, just like you did in your side plank, hug into your center point, radiate outward in all directions without losing your connection to center, to self, to steadiness, to evenness. With your next inhalation, shift your shoulders forward of your wrists. With or without your knees, exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Sphinx pose time. Slide your elbows underneath your shoulders for Sphinx. Root your elbows down, reach up through your crown. Without moving your forearms, drag them back. Now notice what your center feels like here. Heart, upper abdomen, lower abdomen. Hug in. You may use imagination, mingling with your breath, to visualize rays of the sun, of your sun, radiating from your center outwardly in all directions. As you inhale, those rays are expanding outwardly. As you exhale, rays continue to expand outwardly. And as you're ready, widen your elbows, lower your chest, slide your hands back, press up through table or plank to downward facing dog. All right, please look between your palms, walk your feet forward, come to standing forward fold. And then hands to hips, booty on, use your booty to lift your back all the way up. Take a wide stance on your mat. We are going to come into triangle pose. So, wide stance, externally rotate your right hip so you point your right knee and toes to the right. Left toes can be pointing straight forward, angled a little bit, any direction you want. Adjust your feet. Then pelvis angled to the diagonal rather than trying to square it to the side of the mat. Hands to hips. We're going to have a little fun with the pelvis before we get into triangle pose. Drop the right side of your pelvis down, lift the left side of your pelvis up, then switch. Right side of pelvis up, left side of pelvis down. So notice how much your pelvis can move in this plane. Come to center. Then pelvis is going to start the party for triangle. Right side of pelvis drops down. Left side of pelvis up. Yes, like you're sassy. Perfect. Then let your spine angle to align with your pelvis. Now, hug into your center point, radiate down through your legs. Yes. Take your right hand to your right thigh, your knee, or maybe your shin. Continue to hug into your center, radiate down through your legs, radiate through your spine, then reach your left arm across the imaginary horizon in front, and then next to your left ear. Radiate down, radiate out through your arms, through your crown, into the space in front of you and behind you while staying connected to and gathering in to your center. Yes. Let's take another breath here. Connection to center as you radiate outwardly. Look down at your right foot. Reach your left hand away from your head. Lift all the way up. Lower your arms. Let's switch sides. Pivot on your feet. Point your left toes to the opposite side of your mat. Set up your feet. Pelvis is angled. Little pelvic party to start. Hands to hips, drop the left side of your pelvis down, lift the right side of your pelvis up. Then opposite. Notice how much range you have in this movement. Then come to center, drop the left side of your pelvis down, right side of pelvis up. Yes, now let your spine follow suit. So organizing over your pelvis, you're kind of in a plank-ish spine and pelvic arrangement here. Now, radiate from your center, first hug in, then radiate down through your legs, radiate through your spine. Radiate outwardly, so without moving your legs, press them away from one another. Notice all that support from radiating. Now, left hand to left thigh or knee or shin. You might lower the torso if the hand comes a little bit lower. Radiate down and out. Then reach your right arm across the horizon next to your right ear. Yes. Radiate through both of your arms. Continue to hug into your center. This is your sense of truest self, deep peace underneath all upset and internal winds. Radiate rays of your sun from your center point outwardly. Beautiful. Take another inhale here, radiating. As you exhale, keep radiating. Then look down at your left foot, reach your right hand over to the right and lift on up. Lower your arm, heel toe your feet back in toward one another. We are going to take a version of down dog with our hands on a tabletop, a countertop, maybe a desk or a shelving unit. Take your hands somewhere about chest height or shoulder height or so, maybe waist height. Then you can walk your feet back. Take your feet a little wider than your hips for a version of down dog. Let's get heels about underneath hips. Now, let's take a full inhale here. As you exhale, stretch your spine even longer. Reach back through your sit bones and tail. Welcome another full breath here. And then you may lift your head and chest up, walk your feet to wherever your hands are, and then release your hands. Next is half moon pose. We have options for half moon. You might take half moon using a wall for support, like so. You might take half moon not using the wall for support. So I'll suggest either a block or a countertop, a coffee table or a stool, something that is lower. And if you want to use the wall, we're going to start on the right leg, balancing on the right leg. So that means your right foot is going to be a few inches away from the wall, and your block will be right next to the wall in front. If you're not using the wall, you're on your mat, your block is going to be over to the right side of your right foot. Let's start with the right toes pointing straight forward. And we're also, our Body's oriented straight forward. Hands to hips, step your left foot back. And now let's test that the left foot has almost no weight in it. So I want you to lift your left toes up, and if you had to shift forward, then keep your weight forward, rooting down through right leg and foot. So right foot's rooting down, look down in front of where your right hand is going to land. We'll take the right arm kind of in position to land. Now, with your gaze steady, exhale everything out. Find your center, hug into your center. Then radiate down through both legs. Radiate up through your spine, through your crown, into the space around you. As you exhale next, float your left toes to hover above your mat. Then, like a teeter-totter, lower your torso, your right hand down as your left leg effortlessly floats up. Once your right hand is landed, open your pelvis to the side, open your chest to the side without moving your gaze. Stay connected to your center, hug in again. Radiate through your legs, through your spine. Now raise your left arm up and radiate also through both arms, through your crown. Stay connected to your center as you radiate outwardly. Yes. Take another breath here. Left hand to hip, look down, lower your left foot to meet your right. Lift on up. And let's get set for the second side. So if you need to do a little wiggle, a little shake, a little swing your arms, bounce, do whatever you need to discharge any leftover effort from that first side, and then we'll switch it over. If you're using the wall, your left foot is a few inches away from the wall. If you're not using the wall, take your block to the outer edge of your left foot on your mat. Then step your right foot back. You can take your hands to your hips. You can open your pelvis to the side a little bit here. Then very little weight in your right toes. So lift them up. Just make sure most of your weight is rooting down through your left side. Let's take left hand and arm in position to land. Steady your gaze down on the ground. Hug into your center. Then radiate down through your legs. Radiate up through your crown. Radiate in all directions while hugging into your center. Then, as you exhale, float your right toes up. Like a teeter-totter, lower your torso and your left hand to land as your right leg effortlessly floats. Gaze is steady down on the ground. Open your pelvis to the side. Open your chest to the side. Connecting to your center the whole time and hugging in. Can you radiate from this place of strength? Reach your right arm up and radiate through both arms in all directions. As you inhale, body expands. As you exhale, energetic body can continue to expand. You have another breath here, expanding, expanding. Then look down, right hand to hip, lower your right foot to meet your left. Stand on up. And we are going to get ready for the rest of your practice. If you'd like to turn your lights down or off, take them down. And come to have a seat on your mat. Please have a blanket or a pillow handy. Reclined twist. Lie on your left side. Take the pillow or the blanket between your knees, ankles, and feet. Stretch your arms out in front of your chest. Then circle your right arm next to your right ear. Open into your twist to the right. You may make any adjustments you need here. Maybe that's hugging your knees up more. Maybe it's reaching your right arm long next to your right ear. Or you might take your hand behind your head as a pillow and guide that right elbow down to the ground. Bring your attention to your center. Please untwist, roll over to your right side quietly. You can ease your way to your right side, stretch your arms out. Then circle left arm next to left ear and open into your twist to the left. You could be using your right hand to anchor your legs, and you can adjust them as you like. Left arm may be out to your side or next to your left ear. Maybe you make a pillow with your left hand and you guide your left elbow down. Steady your gaze or close your eyes and bring your attention to your center. Now you may ease your way out and come into your Shavasana. You might take legs flat on your mat, or maybe legs up on a chair or a couch or the wall. Come to your Shavasana of choice. Quiet your eyes. Welcome some audible sighs through your mouth. As you exhale, invite your whole body to be heavy and to settle into the support of the ground more fully. As you exhale, welcome your whole body to drop down into the support of the ground. As an anchor for your attention, you may rest your attention in your center. Wherever your attention is drawn, within those 3 points, allow your attention to rest there without an agenda, without anything to accomplish, simply offering the gift of your presence to your center, to yourself, to that space within you of unwavering steadiness and peace. You may begin to deepen your breath. If you have more time to rest, please rest longer. And if you are transitioning, you may bring movement into your body as you're ready. And in your own time, come up to sit. Join your palms together at your heart. Exhale everything out. Welcome and inhale as you're ready. Full breath in. Full breath out. Thank you for practicing with me. I bow to you.